a woman in an age of men. A philosopher, mathematician, and astronomer in a time of turmoil. Hypatia of Alexandria was one of the greatest minds of the ancient world. But she was not just a scholar, she was a symbol of knowledge itself, and for that, she paid the ultimate price. Born in the late 4th century AD in Alexandria, Egypt, Hypatia was raised in one of the greatest centers of learning the world had ever known. Her father, Theon, was a respected mathematician and philosopher, and he ensured his daughter received the same education as any great scholar of the time. She mastered mathematics, astronomy, and philosophy, studying the works of Euclid, Ptolemy, and Plato. In a world where women were rarely seen in the halls of learning, Hypatia was not just present, she was leading the way. Hypatia became the head of the Neoplatonist school in Alexandria, teaching philosophy, mathematics, and astronomy. Her students came from all corners of the empire, eager to learn from the woman who was said to possess wisdom beyond her time. She refined and preserved ancient knowledge, improving upon the works of Ptolemy in astronomy and advancing the study of conic sections in mathematics, ideas that would later influence the likes of Kepler and Newton. But Hypatia's time was one of change and danger. The Roman Empire was crumbling, and religious and political factions battled for control. Christianity was on the rise, and with it, a movement to suppress what was seen as pagan knowledge. Hypatia, a philosopher who valued reason and inquiry above all else, became a target. She was seen as an ally of Orestes, the Roman governor of Alexandria, who was in conflict with the Christian bishop Cyril. To some, she was a symbol of pagan resistance, a threat to their power. In 415 AD, Hypatia's fate was sealed. A mob of extremists, incited by religious and political tensions, dragged her from her chariot. In one of history's most brutal acts of intellectual suppression, they murdered her, destroying her works and silencing her voice. With her death, Alexandria lost one of its last great thinkers, and the ancient world edged closer to an era of intellectual darkness. But ideas are not so easily destroyed. Hypatia's teachings lived on through her students and the works she helped preserve. The Renaissance, centuries later, reignited the knowledge that had nearly been lost, and her name became a symbol of free thought, scientific inquiry, and the fight against ignorance. Today, Hypatia stands as an icon for women in science and philosophy. She proved that intellect knows no gender, and that knowledge is worth defending, even at great cost. Hypatia of Alexandria was more than a mathematician, more than a philosopher. She was a guardian of knowledge, a beacon of reason in a time of turmoil. Her story reminds us that wisdom must always be protected, for once lost, it is not easily regained.